U.S. Marines have established a death bridge fortress during the Vietnam War. Their soldiers are covered by bunkers, 50 cal machine guns, flamethrowers, and more. However, there's only 75 of them. And over 2,000 Viet Cong guerrilla fighters have come out of the jungle and are assaulting the fortress. But not only that, there are already some that have crossed the bridge. An additional few hundred Viet Cong soldiers have managed to find an alternate route across the river and are going to be flanking the sides of the US Marine fortress. Can the US soldiers defend against the onslaught of Viet Cong that surround them, or will they die trying? If you guys enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more Men of War Assault Squad 2 Vietnam at War mod in the future. Either way, let's get into it. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2, all of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alrighty then, gamers, let's go ahead and press start right now and get on into the Vietnam War, baby. Once again, thousands of Viet Cong coming forward against a mere 75 US Marines defending. They begin their march, and the US starts to open up into them extremely quickly here, spraying fire into the bridge right now, and tens of Viet Cong are already dying in the front line. I'd say the entire front squad here has been dropped, 20 to 30 soldiers. Of course, thousands more behind them will be streaming forward as well. There is a little bit of barbed wire here, which can intercept some bullets, but most bullets will pass through it. It's like a half barricade, you know. It's better than no barricade for the Viet Cong, but it also serves a good purpose for the US Marines, and the reason they put it there is it will force the Viet Cong down this narrow little gap and force them to charge basically a choke point, which results in a really good cone of fire for the US Marines defending. It makes for quite the challenge for the Viet Cong to come forward, that is for sure. But right now, they are getting some good return fire against the US Marines. They are using mainly dated World War II weapons. I mean, they do have some AKs and stuff like that, but for the most part, the Soviets have sold them a number of World War II weapons for super cheap. We're talking PPSHs, we're talking Mosin Nagants, etc., which is historically accurate. That is a large portion of their arsenal during the Vietnam War. Let's go in slow-mo here because, you know, despite the fact that the Vietnam War mod is not like the most beautiful looking mod, there are so many soldiers on the battlefield that it does generate quite a bit of lag. So it's good to go in slow-mo for a little bit here until more of these troopers get wiped out. But that being said, a number of them have already bit the dust over here. Actually, quite a number of them over this way. The US soldiers themselves, it looks like they've taken a few losses, especially up here. Oh yeah, even in some of these wooden barricades, they've started to take a few L's, but they've still got plenty more soldiers left alive, so they can certainly do a solid defense up here. I'm also noticing a little bit of fire coming from the jungle. The trees are speaking Vietnamese, baby. Oh, the horrors, the nightmares. Let's zoom in a little bit here by unclipping the camera position and reclipping it. Beautiful. And yes, we do have a number of Vietnam soldiers in the trees here firing out at the US defenses. There's a couple hundred soldiers in the trees out here, but already a number of them have been killed by incoming M60 fire. I think the M60 up here is probably doing a lot of damage. It's already reloading, so it's definitely fired at least like 75 bullets, no, 100 bullets. It has 9 kills, so yeah, that thing has done a lot of damage. One of his friends, though, ends up getting sniped and goes down. A few of those Mosin Nagants that the Viet Cong are using do have sniper attachments on them. This 50 cal up here looks like the gunner has been killed, although I don't even see his body, so I think he just disappeared. Oh, that might be him there? Maybe he got flown from it or something like that, but This other one here is still alive and is now firing at the oncoming other flanker Viet Cong on the opposite side of the jungle this way. So that's obviously going to be a problem going forward as well. And then this one here also seems to be fixating on the opposite jungle side too. So right now there's not a ton of soldiers for the US actually firing down the bridge. That's going to allow a number of Viet Cong to come forward, and that's exactly what they're doing here. But I can't really blame the US because getting pressed in the flank is obviously a very bad situation. We've actually got some explosions going off in here. Some of the Viet Cong do have RPGs with them. However, the US do also have some grenade launcher infantry, so it could be either of them firing away. Either the Viet Cong accidentally hit a tree or the US is firing into the trees with the grenade launchers. A whole stack of US Marines over here have gone down. We still got more in the back lines over here, and the right side seems to be doing a lot better than the left side currently. We can actually go ahead and check out on the minimap at the top left. Red are US Marines left alive, blue are Viet Cong left alive, and there's still quite a number of Viet Cong on this left flank over here. And if we highlight the bodies, yellow are dead Viet Cong, red are dead US gunners, and a lot of US gunners have gone down at this point, but they've still got a solid defense. I'd say at least 50 of them are still alive probably right now, which is, yeah, fairly solid. And this right flank only has 3 Viet Cong soldiers left alive, which is going to allow a lot of these troops in the US base camp to either focus on the bridge or the other side. Okay, that's really bad. RPG hits a wooden barricade, completely destroys it, leaves these US Marines out in the open. One of them has already been gunned down. The others are just standing and trying to fire at the oncoming enemy right now. That is a really fairly devastating loss right there. More RPG fire comes in. Oh, it strikes one of the Flammenwerfers. Oh, one of the US Marines with the flamethrower ends up getting ignited right there and takes the rest of the US Marine Corps with him that was inside the bunker. Oh, that's really bad. Oh my god. Oh no, that is devastating right there. Oh, another wooden barricade gets exploded. Holy cow. I did test this map a few times to see if it was balanced, and each time it was, and I've never had that happen during testing this map, where half of the Marine Corps goes down due to exploding flammables. That is super bad. Oh my goodness. That RPG soldier deserves a medal if the Viet Cong gives out medals. I'm not entirely sure historically if they did. But we still have a few US Marines on the ground from that destroyed barricade. Oh, there's one of the troopers with the thumpers right there. If he can get some shots off, that would be big. This other barricade still has its soldiers left alive. Up top here! Oh my god. Was there even a flamethrower up here, or was that just the RPG ignited? Because I don't think there was a flamethrower up here. Is it because it's a wooden barricade it's causing some ignition? Because I don't think there was a flamethrower up this way. Oh, that's so bad though. Alright, this M60 better be working overtime right now. The left flank still has Viet Cong firing inwards. The right side's okay still, but yeah, right now the bridge is absolutely devastating the battlefield. These guys are getting shot up from the opposite side. This is so unbelievably bad here. Holy cow. It's also pretty laggy because of the sheer number of units on the battlefield. Why don't we do a quick little time lapse here and let them fight it out for a little bit? But if anything crazy happens, I will stop the time lapse and get back to it. Barely a minute goes by during that time lapse, and these US troops up here have already gone down. Man, I swear, this battle went so much better for the US the last few times I tried it out, and I thought we had it even, but nah. They're getting slaughtered this time around. They've got maybe 20 or 30 troops left alive. I mean, it's something. But yeah, right now it is not looking too hot for them. There's still so many Viet Cong on this bridge. That's what's generating a lot of this lag right now. And then in the woods here, they just haven't been able to deal with these remaining Viet Cong troopers that are like clustered together right here. They've knocked out a lot of the US troops over this way. That is a nightmare scenario. They need to take them out. One thing you might notice happening is, it's not happening here. Let me readjust the camera angle real quick. Beautiful. It's not happening really here either. But you might notice that sometimes soldiers will go ahead and get knocked down and be blinded or shocked. There's basically shell shock in this. And they'll try and cover their eyes or cover their ears. And you might notice it There's not a lot of suppressive fire coming in, but it's basically like an alternative to suppressive fire where the troopers aren't really able to get to cover. They're like shell-shocked. They remain out in the open, and it's a very brutal version of suppression away from the Men of War Assault Squad 2 standard game, and in this instead, where it's just like again, a way more devastating version of Men of War Assault Squad 2 suppression. It's pretty interesting to see. I'm not seeing it happening right now. That Thumper trooper right there is still firing his grenade launcher, which is good to see. He's currently only got 1 kill. Wow, this guy's got 1 kill. This guy's got none. Jeez. This guy's got none. This guy's got none. This guy's got none. This guy's got 2. This guy's got 1. This guy... Oh, this guy's got 6. That's not too bad. This guy's got none. Guys in the bunker. One had 14 before he just got shot right there. This guy's got none. This guy's got none. This guy's got 1. Okay, these U.S. troopers are not doing that much, I will say. Okay, that's not very good. Well, why don't we go ahead and do another time lapse since it is still pretty laggy. Okay, so someone destroyed the bridge during the time lapse, which, you know, killed a lot of Viet Cong soldiers, and they also cannot now cross the bridge. I don't know who done this, because I did not witness it, but there was a reason I put no tanks on the battlefield, and I thought that would solve this problem. That's rough. Why don't we could try it again. Let's reset the battle, and maybe this time half the U.S. forces won't burn down. They basically took a desperate action by destroying the bridge. That's like their way of being like, nah, we winning this thing, punk. We gonna win this thing, no matter what. Let's try this again, I guess. Once again, guys, exact same battle, pressing start right now because, yeah, I mean, literally never had any of those things happen during my testing periods during this battle, so that's kind of kooky to see that happen. I don't know. Either way, we get the absolute destruction over here yet again as the full force of the U.S. Marines just pours fire into these guys over here. Absolutely insane. Sorry about the background noise. Elvis in the background. But we got these troopers getting absolutely flamed right now. You can see the tracer rounds going out and stuff like that. Just destruction. Just destruction against the entire bridge right there. Once again, the flankers should be coming forward relatively soon. Yeah, you can see them marching through the woods here. The jungle as they come on forward. This guy's got an RPD that could be very, very effective here, and they start to fire out as well. Got some RPG soldiers in here too. Let's go ahead and slow it down because it is getting a wee bit laggy here. But yeah, they're gonna start their push, which, you know, that flank is dangerous, but looks like the Vietnam Marines up here have realized that's happening and start to fire. M60 going off, King. Let's go. Yeah, we're gonna have basically a repeat of last battle, I guess, for a little bit here. So why don't we time lapse for a bit and see if the bridge will actually survive. Okay, so one of the barricades over here has been destroyed again. I'm not too worried about this right now. Once more, this side flank over here has been mainly dealt with. There's 3 more Viet Cong according to the minimap somewhere in these trees over here. This side, once again, proving to be a little bit more difficult with these guys managing to survive for much longer here. Although this time around, all 3 watchtowers are still alive, so that is a big bonus for the US. And this wooden barricade getting destroyed first is not that big of a deal. You can see the guys getting that suppressive fire now, the panic fire, the, I forget what they call it. There's a few different names for what it is, blinded, etc., etc., but they're covering their eyes and their ears right now over here, trying to survive, and that man gets shredded by an incoming bullet, so rip to my man, he did not make it through. Oof, brutal. But yeah, the middle section here is surviving much, much better this time around versus last time around, and the bridge itself also surviving much better. Yet again, the U.S. having to sort of pivot its focus from the bridge. They've still got some troopers firing in here, getting Viet Cong kills, keeping them from coming too close up, But yeah, they're having to hold the fortress itself from the flankers a little bit more. Either way, why don't we queue up another time lapse here and see what happens. Oh my god, not 10 seconds into the time lapse, another flamethrower goes off. I swear I tested this map beforehand. Yikes, dude. Okay. They were supposed to be helpful when the enemy got closer, but the enemy is just staying far away and then burning half of the U.S. Army to the ground using their own material. So this is clearly not the greatest strategy. Incredible. Incredible. Okay. Okay. Hopefully these guys over here do go down soon. That way they can fixate on the bridge again. There's not too many of them left alive. Most of them have died over this way. Yellow are dead Viet Cong. Red are dead U.S. soldiers. So, I mean, clearly the U.S. is doing way, way, way better than the Viet Cong overall. I mean, they're doing so much better. But, you know, they're still dealing with some tragedies of their own. All right, let's try another time lapse. Okay, so about 7 minutes have passed, and actually the U.S. aren't firing at all, and the Vietnamese are pushing forward. Let's see if we can go into semi-normal speed here. Okay, U.S. start to fire once they catch sight of the Viet Cong coming forward more, and it gets laggy again. Why are you shooting your own friend's dead body? Very strange. Very, very strange behavior. U.S. is doing much better this time. They've still got soldiers alive up here. Well, just a few. There's barely any Viet Cong in the woods over this way, and another one just bites the dust right there as well. There's one soldier in this woods over here still alive, and he's got a kill too, so he's done something at the very least. These troopers over here, much more alive than last time. We still got troopers over here. In the main bunker, there's not many, but there's still some. And then these side bunkers are still somewhat intact as well. So I would say the U.S. is doing far better this time around than last time. But they still got a ways to go. This gun is down. This one's still alive. And then this one is still alive as well. Okay. Let's keep this going. I'm guessing we're now at the point where all flankers are dead. No, there's still two over here and the one guy on the right, which is kind of funny. Still super laggy, two on the battlefield. But now the U.S. really just has to focus on the bridge here. Still plenty of U.S. soldiers to do that with, so, you know, this is just a long-form battle now. We're just in the thick of things, so let's keep it going. And there we have it. It seems like the U.S. has broken the bridge again, which killed almost all of the Viet Cong soldiers over here. There's still a good batch of them over this way, but and some down here, but there's no way for them to actually get up here. So I guess the fortress is safe for now. This bridge battle was kind of crazy. Obviously didn't work in some parts, but worked in other parts. I think they honestly would have held if they did cross over the bridge at the end of the day, because they have really good defenses over here still, and they're more powerful than the average Viet Cong soldier anyway, so I think they would have won either way, but something keeps destroying the bridge, whether it be an RPG or something along those lines. But yeah, crazy battle, pretty fun. Let me know if you'd like to see some more Vietnam at War Mod in the future. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.